get deep. We're going deep. Chad and JT.
Stokers, what up, guys? This is Chad coming in with episode 23 of Going Deep with Chad and JT, the podcast. I'm here with my compadre, JT. What up?
What up, dudes?
What up? And today we are joined yet again by our dog, fresh out of Benihana heaven. Strider, what up?
Dudes, what up? Pumped to be here right now, dude. Going in for the night shift, so just stoked to be here during the day, spending it with my dogs.
Nice. Thank you for taking the night shift to kick it with us and converse.
For sure, dude. Yeah, Robert, the shift manager, owed me a favor because I just stayed late and I skipped my 10-minute vape break to help, unload some dishes after a
Nice.
birthday party. So
Making sacrifices for the greater good. I dig it.
for sure, dude.
Robert, it seems like your relation is chilled out a bit.
Yeah, dude. He he teaches me he's pumped on my responsibilities. He's pumped on like how I've taken ownership of my actions and stuff. And dude, he's teaching me a lot. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that, dude. Yeah.
Does he vape?
Nah, dude, he doesn't vape. He smokes Marlboro Reds, dude. He's got I would probably say he's a pretty sad guy, dude.
Yeah.
I think he's been divorced a few times, and so he chemically doses like a lot of people do in society, just trying to mask their problems and whatever substance it is, which kind of sad, but he's a chill dude, Dude, honestly, man, best medicine is little laughter and just kicking it with your boys, dude. So maybe he just needs two bros.
For sure.
I'm just considering myself lucky to have two legit bros like you that I can bounce stuff off of all the time, dude.
Oh, dude.
Just wish I had more time, dude. Busy decorating the apartment with my GF, dude. Buying items that are, probably like, independent companies or, female-run companies, dude. We want to really look to do, stuff like that if we can. Etsy-style purchases, dude, instead of, Aaron Bros or the big companies.
How do you decipher, like, who's independently owned and who's owned by chicks?
My GF usually just tells me, dude, and she's like the leader, and then I'll from there I'll be like, all right, tight, dude, and if the craftsmanship's there, I'm on board.
What if you want to bring some masculinity in there? Like, you're like, I want to bring Harley Davidson drapes in. What does she say to that?
She probably she'd nix that. That'd get nixed real quick. I remember you guys had those dank candles. Remember those like religious candles? I put those on my desk area. My girlfriend has awarded me a corner of the apartment that's pretty much my zone, where I thought I'd get more liberties, but I don't. But dude, she's usually pretty right. Like, I put up a sick poster of The Rock. You remember that movie, The Rock, dude? Nick Cage. And I put a poster of that. That came down, dude, real quick and got put up with a nice painting, though, dude. Pretty serene environment. So...
Dude,
yeah,
it's hard for a painting to replace Nicolas Cage and like green poison balls,
Yeah, dude. On my darker days, I'd think I'm in a cage. But you know what, dude? She's the best. She's my rock, dude. She's my center. She's made me a better person. She's opened me up to parts of me that I didn't even know about, dude. So it's super chill to have that, and even if that means, having less liberties in decor.
It's wonderful.
Beautiful.
It must be nice to have like someone in your life who
I can hook up with regularly.
Yeah.
It's tight. But what were you gonna say though?
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Dude, see, we're on the same page, dude. It's like I'm in my dog's dome. It's tough to get on. It's tough, dude. Like, being in a relationship, it's so much easier to be like with your bros in your dome because it's like, what do?
Mm-hmm.
We wake up, we either shred or we hit the gym and shred.
Mm-hmm.
It's either liquid shred or gym shred.
Yeah.
And then you crush burritos. Probably Chad would just get, egg whites and some zucchinis because he's no carb.
You know me well.
And then, with your GF, it's like, what are we doing? Like.
Yeah, you kind of learn to like stuff that you don't actually like. And it's interesting because you grow in the process of that. But it's something when you're with your boys, you never really have to kind of negotiate because you're just like, oh, we just all like the same stuff and I get to do everything I like. But then when you get into a relationship, it's really like a social contract where you agree to like stuff you don't like.
100%, dude. But love is sacrifice, dude.
Right. And in this when you're sacrificing, you grow because you're dedicated to a greater cause.
100%.
Which is her happiness.
Absolutely, dude.
So has she like, does she have you eat carbs?
Yeah, dude, she actually did and dude, props to her. She did this 30-day challenge where it was like no added sugar, no booze, because that's just sugar. I think we're going to touch on some of this in a little bit, you bro said, but like she successfully did the challenge 30 days, dude, just crushing shrimps. She's vegetarian, so she had upper protein, dude, not pressure. I'm like, dude, double down on those shrimps. And she did, but she was crushing, bee sprouts, broccoli, dude, spinach, dude, and just straight up sweet potatoes, which is, if I'm not mistaken, one of my dog's favorite foods.
I love them, yeah.
They're so good for you, dude.
Yeah.
And some nights I'd hop on board with her, but dude, I'd sneak out and get a second dinner, crush some In-N-Out, go for a late night breakfast burrito at Benito's or something.
What's running through your head when you're on these solo missions to get extra food?
Oh, dude, just don't get caught, dude. Honestly, she wouldn't get mad. She would get disappointed, and that hurts so much more, dude. Also, I don't want to be putting temptation in front of her, dude. I want to do my part,
Yeah.
Who's better at, because you have a gentle stomach,
Oh, dude, you put that so nicely, dude. Like, yeah, my stomach is just, I have a little bitch of a stomach, dude. Like, there's no question, like.
Bitch ass stomach.
Yeah, dude. Some foreign oils, like, yeah, JT knows, dude. And, like, if I get low blood sugar, I can get moody, dude.
Yeah, I remember. When we were working the stockroom at Nordstrom's, you would, if you didn't get, like, a quiche into you by lunch, it was, like dealing with like an angry stepdad or something like that.
100%, dude. Like Robert, if he doesn't get his freaking marble red.
You were just like, you're not good enough. You don't get it. You're an idiot. I was like, 2 hours ago, I was your boy.
Dude, honestly, when I'm saying that stuff to you, it's just, I'm picturing me talking to me in the mirror, dude. You just happen to be what I'm projecting on. So my bad for that, dude. Also, speaking of stockroom, he used to do pallets of like makeup, dude. Like 1,000 units a morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they come in little boxes, so it's a lot to kind of break down and take inventory of.
And he would take great pride in his work, rightfully so. Mm-hmm. And he would page me in the store and be like, dude, you got to come over and just look at my stuff. I'd be like, all right, dude.
I didn't instinctively like shelving makeup, but I learned to take pride in the craft of organizing it correctly, accurately, and on time. But I wanted other people to see it.
Yeah, this is all foreign to me because I haven't really worked, but to like see the passion that you guys had for turning it into a craft, I think is pretty dank. I choose bronzing still, bar none, but it's dank that you guys found that in your lives.
Surfing is better than stocking makeup, I would say objectively.
For sure.
But I try to think like there's no boring things.
Dude, that's what I love 100%. About my dogs. Like even if you can't rage, if you're like, I'm stuck at Benihana, I'm stuck shelving, eyelashes and shit, you still find a way to rage in your own like pretty dank way, which it's all about being crafty and just like finding your, adding yourself to that situation.
100%, dude. 100%.
What would you do if you found your GF crushing In-N-Out?
Like, dude, if she was crushing In-N-Out solo mesh, first I'd be like, what's going on, dude? Like,
yeah, I think
some sort of emotional thing.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's up, dude? But then if there wasn't and she was like, dude, I was just fucking jonesing for a freaking grilled cheese animal style, I'd be like, dude, it'd take a lot for me not to start, getting intimate in that moment, dude,
Yeah.
I'm pretty shy when it comes to getting intimate, dude. Even though, like, dude,
I've seen you having sex.
True.
It doesn't look shy.
But, dude, I mean,
no disrespect to you. I understand, like, you're like, you might be feeling stuff that I'm not seeing, but when I caught you, I didn't watch, but when I caught you, you looked like you were being your full self.
Dude, that's maybe the best compliment I've ever been paid. Thank you so much, dude. Dude, I've told my dog, like, dude, I fucking wish, like, I loved, like, dudes so I could bone you. Like, it would just work, Like,
yeah.
That's, like, a gift, in my opinion, dude.
Yeah.
But then again, dude, I meet my GF. She's great. She's the closest to, like, being a bro that I have, Yeah, dude, so it's legit like that. People define success in different ways,
Yeah.
I think that, for me, like, multitasking and having that, I would say base task be boning, and like, you know, like boning and like scheduling a dental appointment, like just being that chill, or like, you know, boning and like, this might be weird, but like, you know, maybe calling your mom, like getting that out of the way for the day, or like boning and like,
While boning?
like sending emails or something, like that'd be legit, dude. Being able to
That's
maintain,
so smart.
yeah, it's like
send emails while boning.
yeah, I think that's like the best thing you can probably do.
Dude, I think it's a full on millennial move. Like, you know, you want to be producing content, you want to be firing off emails, you want to be communicating while boning. You don't want to waste any time.
100%, dude.
Dude, one of the most prominent displays of alphaness that I've seen was with my boy E Slam in college.
Junior, Eastlam Junior.
E Slam Jr. He so this guy, he was just a plow machine, you know, just fucking. We called him Slam because that's what he would do. He would slam tush.
For sure.
And he lived in our house, and like we were all kicking it, watching Bad Boys 2.
Oh, so dank.
Mid-sesh, he pulls out, comes out, dong hanging, door open. He's just like, "What's up, dudes? All nice, Johnny Tapia."
Great movie, dude. Gotta take that in, dude.
Dude, there's that scene where when they kidnap Martin Lawrence's sister, Will Smith's girlfriend, Gabrielle Union, and like Martin Lawrence is just like, motherfucker, they kidnapped her. They got her in Cuba, so like we're not actually allowed to go over there. And then Will Smith just walks in and he's like,
"We ride together. We die
together."
together."
So legit. A fun drinking game, if you and your boys are looking for one besides Edward 40 Hands or Wizard Sticks, is anytime they cue that song, "Oh,
Shake Your Tail Feather."
dude, in Bad Boys 2, you're going to be freaking toasted in that movie. I would say upwards of 23 times.
Yeah.
Nice.
So maybe, you know, get a low alcohol content stuff. They don't want you guys to get, you know, too charred and toasted. So I also don't want to sound like a bitch. Do what you want, but you know what I mean.
Second Michael Bay movie ref of the pod. Gotta say, boys, I think we're underperforming in that department.
Amen, dude.
Wow.
Did you guys read this article about Laird Hamilton, the famous surfing pioneer, about how to live your life more effectively?
I did read it. He's a beast.
Dude, the guy is just a machine, dude.
Yeah, so basically the article just talks about how he at 54 has managed to remain ripped, pumped, and on top of his game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if you guys think the kind of like lifestyle choices that he extols are applicable to all other people, I guess.
I think for sure. I think he's just the solid definition of grip it and rip it, you know? And then in the article, they're like, he does the most unsurfing thing. He created a brand. And I'm like, you know what, dude? He created a really super sick brand. I think everyone should strive to create a brand of themselves that is just sick as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Laird's a legit dude.
Yeah.
And if you like creamer in your coffee, why not use Laird's, dude? You know? Your dollar's got to go somewhere, dude. I'd support,
Yeah.
you know. I know Laird's putting it to good use by getting, you know, no carbs, you know, dank flank steaks, and just, you know, maybe like some new type of surfboard I don't even know about yet.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to do what his 10 keys for life are. I was going to list them for the audience at home.
You want to fire him off? Because I was going to comment on one.
On number one?
Number 3.
Be a fat-burning monster. That's number 3.
Oh yeah, I love this quote here. My body runs off its body fat. In fact, I don't need to eat anything. My body runs off its body fat. That's because I'm paleo. Thank you, Laird.
4. But don't be a zealot.
What does that mean?
It means don't be like a fanatic about what you believe in.
Tight.
Yeah. That's annoying, dude.
Yeah.
5. Golf ball your bare feet. I grew up barefoot in Hawaii and didn't give a thought to walking on gravel, but people would have been in shoes their whole life, couldn't even cross the driveway. Their feet are loaded with nerve endings and are the key to balance, and I'm in the balance business. In fact, we all are. I also believe the earth is charged with an electrical frequency that matches your nervous system and immune system. Bare feet allow us to absorb that energy, to restore dexterity and balance after I've been in shoes too long.
To connect to the earth. That's what it's all about.
I agree with Laird, dude. You want to see the frailty of modern man? Watch him walk barefoot, dude. mean, we're just like, dude, we're little bitches compared to other animals in nature. You know what I mean?
Good call.
Like, we got dank brains, but not all of us have that dank of brains. What animal on land can take out a grizzly bear, dude? I don't know.
None. They're as like fast as a tiger and like 4 times as big.
Exactly. It's so legit. And they eat dank food, like fucking salmon, dude. I love salmon, dude. Bed that shit in quinoa, bro.
Honey and salmon. Like, that's a great diet.
Yeah, and berries. And, dude, they care about their kids a lot. Like, the only reason they'd want to fuck you up is, like, you just got in the way of me and my kid. I can understand that, dude.
Quick,
For sure.
Quick bear story. This girl I was friends with, Liana, her mom went camping in Wyoming. A bear came upon her. She played dead like you're supposed to. It smacked her around a little bit, and she had like intense cuts and had to get stitches, some in her head. Pretty scary stuff, but she survived and she was okay. A couple years later, she moved on. She went camping again. Bear came upon her. She played dead, beat her around again. She had to get more stitches.
Damn.
She survived 2 bear attacks. So the question is, like, are you lucky to survive 2 bear attacks, or are you unlucky because you got attacked by bears twice?
She played dead.
Yeah.
Dude, it's in the eye of the beholder. I see it as a test from the universe. It's like, can you handle the most ferocious predator? We'll see. And she did it.
This is why I'm not a proponent of camping, dude. I like my creature comforts, dude. I like my Wi-Fi. I like having my GF around, dude. I like my good eats, you know, my sensitive tummy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Anything made in a campfire setting's not going to be dank for my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's just no way, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you know yourself so well.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of us don't, dude. You got to look inwards, see what works for you, see what doesn't, dude. That's why, like, dude, you know, when they're like, this is totally taking a tangent here, but like, how, you know, old men make wars and young men fight them.
Yeah.
Dude, old men cannot fight wars, dude. Like, war is just camping with fucking people trying to shoot at you, dude. And that's just no good for me.
Now that you say that, maybe it was like a message from the universe. It's like, stay the fuck out of the forest.
Also,
You know what I mean?
this might be insensitive, but maybe she was in her cycle and bears smell that and could be threatened. I don't know.
Number 6, watch your back. He's had back issues.
Can't agree more, dude.
Number 7, do the water workout from hell. He does like workouts in the pool.
I'm not gonna lie. At this point, the article got a little long for me. Pretty much the takeaway was like, dude, if you don't have Laird's personality, you're not gonna be like super legit like this dude. Like, the guy's a freaking predator beast, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I think there's a quote in there of like, my level of competition, like, death is like the only opponent that's good enough for me, which is why he like does his big wave riding. It's like, he doesn't care about like beating Kelly Slater or like any human, dude. He cares about like beating like fucking, you know, death, like the Reaper, dude.
You're a genius.
Yeah.
8,
Yeah.
get role models.
Paul.
Who's it? Yeah, dude. Paul Walker, Joe Rogan for my dog.
Who's your role model?
Dude, my GF. She freaking, honestly, dude, she works hard. She eats right. She's super chill. So, I'm just, so.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, be innovative in all aspects of your life. Is there any places in your guys' lives where you feel like you're not being innovative?
Probably my Poke orders. Maybe I should branch out.
Dude, for sure. And I would say, maybe in my deities, like, I was raised Irish Catholic, so I pray to that one God. But dude, there's like a whole ton of like Hindu gods, you know, Vishnu and the such, and it's like, dude, maybe look at deities like bros. It's like, dude, ask for some help in as many ways as you can, and maybe get it back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why you got to choose one?
Yeah.
So maybe I got to branch out in my prayer.
Dang.
It's beautiful.
What about you, dude?
I guess in the way I talk, like, we all talk the way we talk, but it's like maybe one day I want to be like a guy who talks in like a slow drawl and is very like careful with the words he chooses. And maybe other days I want to be a guy who like talks fast and is a little bit like Vince Vaughn, you know, or like another like, you know, just gifted raconteur. But then some days maybe I should try not speaking at all.
Dude, it's very dank that you just said that, because I watched a video on my phone talking about how our vocabulary and language determines the way we think, like innately and on a subconscious level. Like Germans describe bridges. The word for bridge in German is a masculine word. The word for bridge in Spanish is a feminine word. So Germans, you'll find them describing bridges as like strong and sturdy, and then Spanish people will describe a bridge as beautiful or lovely. And it's like, dude, you don't even know
It
you're
changes
doing
the way
that.
you think about those kind of things.
And then imagine, yeah,
And then if you have feelings, but you don't have the words or the language to kind of categorize what it is or maybe not necessarily categorize, but to identify what it is you're feeling, then you don't know how to process it. And then it's just like this amorphous energy that can turn into something negative when it didn't have to, because we just haven't like taught ourselves well enough how to properly diagnose it. And to diagnose it properly, we need its words. That's what we need.
Absolutely. It's key. Like the feelings there, but how do you communicate and relate that to your fellow bros?
Because like sometimes like, yeah, like the bros will be like we'll be watching MMA at my place, and then like it's only like 10:30, and then some of the dudes are like, all right, I gotta bail, and I'll have feelings of like shame or like worried about being lonely, or like worried people didn't have a good time, or like worried like maybe worse that nobody even likes MMA except for me. And it's such a flood of emotion, and then I don't have sometimes I worry, I'm like, oh, I don't know how to feel this.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough because, dude, like I've been over to watch MMA with you at your crib, and did you do such a fucking dank setup of ordering good pizzas, having craft brews for me, and as well as BL smooths for the rest of the bros. And honestly, dude, what it comes down to is just about kicking it. Like, dude, we could be watching, whatever, like figure skating. Nothing against that, but it's not my first choice. But like, I don't understand ground game or technicality, but dude, the way you teach me about that when we're watching and stuff is freaking dope, dude. It's just sometimes I gotta bail early and get home with the GF, spend a little time.
Yeah, I feel that with you too. I want to love MMA as much as you do. I want to feel that passion. But when I see these dudes getting their faces bashed in, like, I just think to myself, if I ever had my face bashed in, like, I'd probably, I don't know what I'd do, because then I'd, like, lose me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, when I watch Too Fast, Too Furious, and when Paul and Tyrese get in that first brawl, that whole time, I was just like, just don't fuck up Paul's face.
For sure. And Tyrese those are two hot dudes fighting, dude.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm
a
like,
tragedy if they freaking break a nose or, bust a fucking cheekbone.
yeah, and I'm just like, you guys need to like reconcile this in like a more diplomatic way.
That's so interesting too that you guys like their like aesthetic, because I guess like as an offshoot of my passion for fighting, I'm like more in awe of dudes who have like a sturdy, handsome brawler look.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Jason Statham.
Yeah, or Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
Would you pay, now this is maybe getting a little Roman, but would we pay to watch these dudes maybe bone? Like MMA fighters? Like, would you like to see like Chuck Liddell bone?
No.
Or
Sorry.
you wouldn't be interested in that?
No, I'd rather watch porn stars bone.
But dude, think
I
about
like
the
watching-
ferocity.
Yeah, but actually some MMA fighters have gone into porn, and I think they're just not as good as it's a different
But they let out
skill set.
But they let out
true.
like such a like dank, authentic roar.
Yeah. Like maybe an MMA fighter trying to go into porn is like an athlete trying to do like rapping or acting. Like it doesn't always work out.
Exactly. Like you feel like
For
it's
sure.
going to overlap because there's like performance components to both, and they're both visceral and physical. But to be good at porn is a very
True.
unique skill set.
I am selling my male porn stars a little short here, which I shouldn't be because
But
they're long.
But dude, I look at like UFC fighters as like UFC fighters transferring to porn as like Mark Wahlberg going from rapping to acting. Natural transition.
But
Few have that.
that's Mark Wahlberg.
True.
He's a uniquely talented guy.
Yeah.
Most people, it's like
Eminem was great in 8 Mile.
he's a good actor.
Will Smith, her actor doing rap, but is that rap like I mean, he's got some some bangers that I enjoy.
Yeah,
But
all
is
these
it
guys are good. Oh, no, all these guys are good
The
at.
song Switch.
Maybe
Fire.
athletes trying to rap is a little more of a stretch. Like Shaq, I love Shaq,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
or Kobe had a rap, right?
Yeah.
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 Number 10 from Laird. Make it fun. Well, all right. What about the World Cup? Are you guys jacked for the World Cup?
Stoked, dude. So stoked.
I'm trying to be. No, I'll try to watch soccer and then I just go straight to the Bali comp again. Replays. I can't. I'm trying, dudes. I'm trying.
What country do you least? This is a negative direction to go. I'm sorry. Maybe we can talk about it in a positive way, but like, what country do you least want to win the World Cup?
I'm gonna go with Brazil, because
But they have so many hot chicks.
They do, dude. Carnival.
granted, and trust me, dudes, I took that into full consideration. But they're just dominating the World Surf League right now, and I'm like, you guys are winning too much. If you win the World Cup too, I'm gonna be pissed.
For teams that I want to lose in the World Cup, I'd have to go with probably Spain, dude, because they like fired their coach because he took a job, and it's like, dude, why are you freaking beefing on him because he like took a job that's not directly related to the team? It's like, dude, let people have freedom of choice and like do something that's good for them. So that's whack, dude.
For me, I'm going to go with Russia.
Bring it back to like the
Yeah.
80s, Cold War.
I don't think they've got a chance of winning though, dude.
Yeah, they won 5-0 today in their first game.
But they
I mean,
played
got
the
that
weakest
home
squad.
court. Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia's the weakest?
Saudi Arabia is one of the weaker squads.
In other news, Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, she said she realized her son Jaden lost his virginity because he had a certain swag about him. He came home different one night, and she recognized it.
Mother's intuition.
My little boy was gone, she said on NBC's Megyn Kelly today. Oh, she talked about it on TV.
You know what they probably omitted from that for like censorship purposes? Like, my little boy's gone. His dong hung.
When that kid was a virgin, like he probably had the most swag of any kid I've ever seen. I remember like he
Yeah.
did like a Grammy performance, and like he popped out from like the ground of the stage and was like, "Yo, yo, yo, it's me, y'all." And I was like, "Who is this kid, dude? Like, how are we supposed to know him?" And he was probably a guaranteed virgin at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so imagining what his swag was like post boning, it's got to be up there with like Leo's swag. All time, like I don't know who else has got great swag, dude. McConaughey for sure, dude.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, 100%.
Women can sense it when a guy loses his virginity. We were going to go on a trip one time, and our buddy came over, and like to us, we were like, oh, same old Andrew. And then our friend Cheyenne, who was a girl, came over, and right when she walked in, she looked at Andrew, and she's like, you're different. And we were like, what are you talking about? He looks the same. And she was like, you had sex last night. And Andrew was like, no, I didn't. We were like, no, he didn't. Like, get out of here. And then like 6 hours later, Andrew was like, I had sex last night. We were like, how did Cheyenne know? And she just instinctively, she could, and you know, I heard Tim Kennedy on Joe Rogan podcast say that the best way to identify what's different is to put it around a bunch of things that are the same. Andrew was being flanked by 4 virgins at the time.
For sure.
So when she saw him in the middle of us, she was like, all right, well, those are all the same, and this one's different.
Yeah, we were definitely the control in that experiment, dude. I was a virgin for a long time, dude.
Yeah, dude, me longer, dude.
Yeah. And then I met my GF, and I was like, dude, I told myself in my head, first girl that has repeat sex with me, I'm going to lock it down, dude. I'm not going to let that get away. And so I didn't, and luckily she friggin' liked me, dude, so the rest is history, so.
She loves you.
Yeah.
That always scares me about women's intuition, because I'm like, what are they reading in me that I can't see? You know?
What are the limits of it? Yeah, or what's
Yeah.
what or how limitless is it?
Yeah, it's like, what do you know? Like, do you know that? Like, do you know that I didn't land that floater today? I don't.
Maybe.
She can sense, like, she can definitely sense the effect of you not landing that floater.
You can't not land floaters.
That's true. I remember one time you were at this party, like my friend's cousin wanted to bone me, dude, and I wasn't ready to bone. I remember telling JT, I'm like, dude, I don't want to bone this girl. Like, I'm a little bit afraid. I don't know what to do. Like, she's out of my league, she's aggressive. So what I did is I just, I played dead, and she just slapped me around a little bit. And, you know, if you don't want to get laid, you got to use the bear approach is what I'm saying, dude.
Act asleep.
Yep. Because sometimes you can be horny as a grizzly, dude, looking for a salmon. And what you got to do is, if you're a dude, act asleep.
Hibernate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a good move, too. I think you made a wise choice.
Agreed. Absolutely.
All right. Let's get into our segment. Chad, who is your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is Sarah. What up, Sarah? Sarah, she was a senior. I was a sophomore, and she was like one of the mega babes in school. People in school knew Sarah, and she had this kind of untouchable vibe about her that was just like, whoa, like you'd see her, be like, wow, like which lucky dude is gonna be able to like connect. And so, like, I always thought, like, just, like, even connecting with her was out of the realm of possibilities for me. Little did I know what the universe had in store for me is they put me in sex ed. And not only that, she was my TA. So I was like, whoa, I get this super hot chick is going to teach me about boning.
Oh,
Sign me up.
stoked.
And we really connected. And, like, I would just really toy with her, you know. They'd be like, okay, and what is this called? And I'd be like, boner, right, Sarah? And she'd be like, you're silly, Chad. And I'd be like, thank you. So like, we just really connected on that level because like we both loved like toilet humor and like we just loved to like laugh at just like dongs and stuff. And like, you know, I'd be like, you know, I'd just play around with her. I'd be like, yeah, these are condoms, right? And she'd be like, yeah. It was just super intimate, almost at a tantric level, I think. Yeah, definitely. And so Sarah, just thank you so much for that connection. Like, and just thank you for being so wise and just so hot. And just like, thank you, Sarah.
Dude, that reminds, like, my sex ed teacher was Mr. Lincoln, the principal.
Mm-hmm.
On hot. But one kid raised his hand, freaking virgin, dude, was like, does ejaculating feel good? And then Mr. Lincoln like kind of broke character and like entered this tone. He was like, some people say it's the best feeling on earth. And dude, that was in 5th grade, dude, and that stuck with me. And dude, honestly, that kid was me that raised his hand.
That was you?
Yeah, dude.
Strider, you dog.
I was just curious.
My baby of the week is Joan Didion, the American journalist. Truly brilliant. And yeah, I just wanted to read some of her quotes so the stokers can get into her. We tell ourselves stories in order to live. Bang. Writers are always selling somebody out. I think that's the thing that's lost, is that like when you tell stories about people, you're kind of objectifying them because you're using their story as fodder for your art. And that's something that gets lost in the process, but she was keenly aware of that. And I think that's something we should all stay in touch with when we talk about others or put them in stuff.
For sure. Maintain their integrity and your truth. Difficult balanced artistry.
And then I just wanted to read this long-ass motherfucking quote from her essay, her seminal essay, New York Sentimental Journeys. Stories in which terrible crimes are inflicted on innocent victims, offering as they do a similarly sentimental reading of class differences and human suffering, a reading that promises both resolution and retribution, have long performed as the city's endorphins, a built-in source of natural morphine working to blur the edges of real and to a great extent insoluble problems. What is singular about New York and remains virtually incomprehensible to people who live in less rigidly organized parts of the country is the minimal level of comfort and opportunity its citizens have come to accept. The romantic capitalist pursuit of privacy and security and individual freedom, so taken for granted nationally, plays locally not much role. It keeps going, but dude.
Yeah.
She's smart.
Yeah, that's legit. And you also read well out loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I got embarrassed, so I stopped reading.
No, you're killing it. And you kept a nice pace. Like, I'd popcorn you all day long.
Popcorn.
For sure. Dude, what, in your opinion, makes up a good sentence? Me, I was always the king of like the run-on sentence, you know, like just thoughts, like blah, blah, blah.
Well, yeah, if you're an author, I mean, I think it can work if it's long, it can work if it's short. It's really just about having your own style that rewires my brain. Like the best authors, after you read them, you think like them, you know?
100%. I'll pick up my girlfriend's Cosmo every once in a while, and I'll think in quizzes, you know?
What's the most, let's do an exercise. What's the most impactful sentence we think we can come up with just 5 words? Do you guys all want to try?
For sure.
Maybe use your phone so you can write it.
Impactful?
Yeah, like what's the most like meaning dense sentence you can do in 5 words? You guys ready?
Yeah.
Strider, you want to start it off?
Yeah, plagiarized, though. It's my way or the highway. It's 5 words. Batman Begins. And I remember when Alfred says to Christian Bale, it's always your way or the highway. Psych, dude, that's actually from the George Clooney one. It's from the George Clooney one, dude. And it's like, it's always your way or the highway.
It's 6 words.
That's all good?
I never said the word dude. Interpret it as you will.
Because they're aware that they've never said it. They know it's out there, yet have they chosen, or has that been inflicted upon them?
Mine's gonna be from I own this fucking town, which is a quote from Johnny Tapia, Bad Boys 2. Just like a classic tale of hubris.
That's legit.
But you gotta say it like that. I own this fucking town.
You sound like an Asian lady when you say it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's because I have a universal tone.
For sure.
All right, Chad, who is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with bumper stickers.
Great beef.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, a car is a car. It's a piece of artwork. It's a transportation vehicle. It can be a way to burn rubber. It can be a way to infiltrate a crew. Or just get you to where you need to go. If you put bumper stickers on your car, I'm going to go ahead and say that you're trying too hard. Sorry if I'm getting aggro on this one, guys. I'm going to do the opposite of what this guy just told me to do because he's trying to put it in my face, you know? It's just really... And also, you're just destroying the car. Especially, like, political ones. You're just like... Dude, that bumper sticker's from, like, 2005. Like, could you imagine if, like, Paul Walker pulled up to the first race in Fast and the Furious with a Bob Dole sticker on his car? They'd be like, dude, you can't even race. Get the fuck out of here. Go debate or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Guys with bumper stickers, think about what you're doing.
For sure. Dude, one of my least favorite bumper stickers has to be like, and you know, depending on what region you're from, like, it's like the dad sandals, the mom sandals, then like a little pair of pink sandals for the girl and like a blue sandals for the boy. And it's like, dude, don't like let me know that you've got a solid family stitch going on. And I'm sure if I took a deeper look, like, you know, one of those sandals is probably pretty torn up, dude, because of, you know, arguments that you guys get in. And like, I'm sure one of those other sandals probably wants to walk away. Like the blue sandals should be like on like way up on this windshield over here, or like on another car, you know? Mm-hmm. I get you're proud, dude. I like that, you know, but fuck you, dude.
My beef of the week is with my own anger. When
Whoa.
And this is like a specific tale of it that I still have like some hard thoughts on. When I was 18, I went to Costa Rica to teach English to some of the youth there, and my parents paid for it. And I went to Costa Rica and I was teaching kids, mostly kindergartners, and they were super sweet. But sometimes I'd have to teach junior high kids, and I was kind of like their sports coach too. So I'd get them to like play soccer with each other or like play dodgeball. But one time I went to a junior high, so it was like all these kids 12 to 14, and it was me and my buddy, and we were both trying to coach them in like some games. And they were being really difficult, and they were like arguing with us and making fun of us. And I was on like steroids at the time, so I was pretty jacked. And they kept making fun of me for being jacked. They're like, "Ew, gordo," and like flexing in my face. And I was like, "Hey, stop! Like, just get in like your guys' positions where I told you to be in. Let's play some dodgeball." And they were like, "No, screw you!" And they were all like running up and like grabbing at me and messing with me. And I started to get mad, and I like threatened them. Like I was like, "Stop, or I'm gonna get pissed." And then That doesn't work with kids. They just see weakness when you do that. So then they got more wild. Like I was just giving them more reason and energy to be crazy. And so they kept messing with me and effing with me. And then they started taking the balls and kind of like throwing them at me. And instead of being mature and just like walking away, I started like throwing the balls back. And I was like trying to be stronger than like these 13-year-old kids. And I was like hucking them at them. But again, like that, I thought I could just beat them by being stronger. Life doesn't work that way. And so they just started getting gnarlier and gnarlier. And then they were all pegging me with balls and they were all making fun of me. And it finally got too much for me to handle. My feelings were so hurt that I grabbed one of the rubber balls that are pretty hard. I ran straight up to the main ringleader kid who was being mean. And when he wasn't looking, I cocked back and I fired the ball off his face from about 2 feet. And I really wrecked him. And he didn't like cry. He just went into a place of like frozen shock, like he didn't know what to do, but I could see I really discombobulated him.
You fucked him up.
And when I looked up, the principal of the school was just staring at me with bewilderment, like, what is going on here? And I was like, oh my God, dude. You could have probably handled this situation better, Par. Instead of teaching them English or teaching them like sports, I was fighting with them physically. And I hope that kid, his face is all right. He seemed all right, but you know.
You just stung him.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking ran straight up, and after I threw the ball at his face, I was like, ah! Ah! Like jacked. Like I was like, yes! How you like that? And then I looked up and I saw the principal, and the principal was like literally right after I threw the ball off the kid's face, I was like, yeah! And then I looked up, and this principal was just looking at me like, not even like gonna fire me. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're a teacher. Why are you jacked up after hurting a 13-year-old kid? And I was like, because he wouldn't stop making fun of me for having big muscles, and no one makes fun of me for working out. I'm trying to be nice. Like when you're trying to be nice and people are just like making fun of you and you're like, dude, I'm sacrificing. Like honor that. Like that's where that's when my anger really does get the best of me. When I'm being nice and I know I'm being nice, and then people don't treat that kindness as a choice, they treat it as a weakness. That's when I start hurting kids.
Dude, I could see the roided out version of you just beaming this kid in the head.
Dude, when I ran at him, I was just like striding across the playground. I was like, ah! And I came up and like I didn't chest pass it off his face. Like I reached back as far as my arm would go, and with all the force I could generate, I just unleashed a heavy rubber ball straight off the meat of his face. And went, dude, it was funny too because the kids were throwing balls at us, and then me and my buddy who were teaching, like we were back to back just hurling rubber balls at 13 and 14-year-old kids. Like whenever I'd be like, reload me, he'd throw me a ball. Like we thought we were literally like trying to survive.
I mean, dude, you did teach that kid a lesson, so you can't knock you as a teacher for that day.
All right, Chad, who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is my boy Nick M. When I think of this dude, I think of one word: funk. We were acquaintances for like the first 2 years of college, and then junior year, like we moved into the same house. Literally lived like next to each other, and like we partied together one night, and we're just like, yeah, this is it.
You're my best friend.
Yeah. There's one night we had like a player haters ball. No chicks. We weren't being disrespectful. We were just doing a full-on player haters ball and just like hating on each other, just fully in character. It was like the best night ever. We had another night. We were like, again, this guy was he's just in the funk, you know? We had like a roller skating party, and like he and we just roller skated to this bar, and we got in on roller skates. So we were just tearing up the dance floor on skates. And if you really want to like make an impression at a bar, wear roller skates. Like, why would you not have wheels on your feet? You know, and we also just shared in our love of just like butts. We had a lot of deep discussions about that. And he loves his family. You go hang out with his family. They're all good vibes. You know, they welcome you in. And you're my legend, dude. Shout out.
Legend.
Nice, dude.
My legend of the week is Herb Wesson from the LA City Council. He's the head of the council. During some of Chad and I's speeches, you can hear him call us Bill and Ted. And after our last speech at the City Council, Herb's aides found us afterwards and were like, hey, can you come back? Herb wants to meet you. And we're like, what? And so we go in the back, and then Herb comes in, dude. So much charisma, and just basically goes, "Hey, what's up, motherfuckers?" I mean, he didn't say that, but that was like the kind of like energy he gave. It felt like we knew him for 10 years. He just chopped it up with us. He was 3 feet tall. He had blue suede shoes, and he had enough energy and good vibes to fill an amphitheater. And I was like, dude, this guy is the dude. A lot of us are cynical about politics, and I get it. There's a lot of bad shit happening out there, but there is good people in this fight. Herb, you're one of those people. You're my legend of the week.
Dude, shout out to Herb, man. He is such a legend. Like, I felt that meeting. I left that meeting feeling so good. It was contagious.
Strider, who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week's got to be my GF, dude. Honestly, the other night, dude, she made these freaking vegan brownies, and she did not have to do that, dude. And so she's just really making me want to step up my game and give her a treat. My life partner and my rock, so stoked on that.
Nice.
Beautiful, dude. All right, let's get into some questions. Hey, dudes, Danny here. Let me get right to it. I was having intercourse with this babe, and she puked all over my wetsuit. I'm pissed. What do I do?
It's a tough sitch. Because, like, that's like a tool for your life.
She threw up, which means she wasn't feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
Which means she had sex with this dude when she wasn't feeling well. She's a fucking soldier.
For sure. Yeah.
That's a ride or die girl.
Yeah, dude. Like if I'm having flu-like symptoms, I'm not looking to bone, dude. You know, maybe I'll JO. That's jack off because I like to get my nut.
Hey, it's me, Ron. So my teacher has been giving me major signs, sporting massive toe. Keeps failing me because she's nagging me and even gave me detention. I know underneath these apparently negative moves, she really likes me. I think she wants me. She wants Ron. How do I proceed without getting friend zoned?
Dude, can I take this one right at the spot?
Yeah.
First of all, Ron, I'd say tone it down on your overall self-love. Dude, you cannot be referring to yourself in the third person. Sounds like you've got some for sure hubris going on. Dude, and nothing against you, bro, but I'd probably say your teacher is not into you, dude. And I know when chicks are not into me because it's a lot of chicks besides my GF who I love. And just, like, try to be a good dude and find a chick who's, like, and she's not failing you. You're failing you, dude. She's just creating the assignments and grading them. You're the one who's putting forth the effort. I'd put forth a little effort trying to get to know who she is and trying to get to know who you are, dude.
Hey, Stoke Masters, you guys rock. Savage life. Writing in because I have a major problem with my dong. For some reason, the slush doesn't ooze out when I'm getting down with the ladies. I mean, it's a gift, but also a curse. Gift because I can clean the pipes for hours. Curse because I get tired after a while and some girls just can't hang. Not sure how to get over this. I have a girlfriend now and she's a major babe, super freak, always on full swole when she's around, but I'm still having the same problem. The first time we kicked the sheet, she was killer whale spouting, but I just couldn't splash the slush. Any advice to get over this is greatly appreciated. You guys are frequent sweet and legends in my book. Rodimus Rex.
Dude, Rod, first off, I love the terms you're using for boning. I haven't heard those before, like...
Excellent jargon.
Yeah, slushing and cleaning pipe. If I may, I might want to go and try and diagnose the problem at hand. Maybe you're jacking off and watching too much porn.
Yeah.
That could definitely be it.
For sure, dude.
Dude, the way I look at it is like you're an explorer. If your girlfriend's freaky and you guys have an open relationship, explore all of that stuff. Be open-minded about it and don't judge yourself for however it happens. You're going to feel really good afterwards.
For sure, dude. Somewhat, your statement made me jealous a little bit, but, you know.
That's a good point. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the problem reading that thing, dude? But, you know.
Ahmed, how goes it, brosis? I'm kind of in a sitch. You see, me and my main dog, MJG, work together, and while the job is solid, it's an awesome job, and I can't help but see all the heavy, chunky monkeys and beef necks that work there and worry that this job will do a number on my Shakira-toned hips. I try to get a good amount of protein in my diet and stay away from all those bastard carbs, but it can be a challenge. Any tips to keep me from turning into a Ralph Nato potato? Thanks in advance for the rad advice. Love the pod, and my dog and I love listening to you Stoke shows every week.
I mean, I work at Benihana, dude. They've got such dank teriyaki steak and fried rice, dude. It's like I could crush that for days, bro. Luckily, I've got a little bit of a sensitive tummy, so I can't, dude. You know, bro.
Yeah, dude, have the power of forward thinking. Think about how these foods will affect you. You know, think like if I see a milkshake, I know I'm gonna be farty and bloated after, which is why I try to stay away. But sometimes I'll give in. Last night I gave in. Shake Shack, what up? But just think about what's gonna happen to your bod.
You took the cutest nap after you finished that chocolate shake too.
Thanks.
It put him to sleep.
That's so cute, dude.
Dude, the other thing I think you can do is like you're already kind of doing it is like just fixate on the people that you don't want to look like and see what their patterns are, and then it will kind of turn you off to do the same stuff. Like you'll be like, oh, Beef Neck's going to get like another like powdered donut. You're like, all right, well, I don't want to be like Beef Neck, so I'm gonna fucking abstain. And it's not judgment, you know, because you're not letting anybody else know about it. It's just internal discipline. All right, here's the next one. Hey guys, love the pod. I just had a pretty scrumptious sandwich and was wondering what your favorite food is.
Dude, fire question.
Love it, dude.
How do you pick?
Dude, I just love sandwiches. I could eat sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, dude. I'm a big proponent of J. Mike's, dude. Straight up number 7 turkey, dude. Mike's Way, so dank. A good cheesesteak, just with some chips, dude.
Gonna go with a salmon poke bowl.
New York strip steak
Respect.
with a loaded baked potato.
Oh,
dude.
respect. Maybe a chopped salad to start.
Dude, I think maybe a salmon fillet. A salmon fillet
Cedar plank salmon.
with sautéed spinach, lemon juice on top of the salmon, and
That's-
asparagus.
That sounds so just fucking dank.
Chad, JT, you won't believe what these two chicks at a party did to me. So I was house sitting my dog's house, shout out C-Baby, when I decided to put back a lot more liquor than I should have consumed that night. I don't know about you guys, but liquor makes me super horny. Anyways, I drive to this chick's house, which is already a bad move. Oh yeah, because you're drunk. Come on, dog. And she gets into my car with her friend. Whoa, 2 chicks and 1 me, baby. Sounds great, right? It wasn't though, since the second chick who got in the car was easily over 225 pounds. So I kicked her out of the car, and my original babe starts giving me top. Dude, I don't. How did you kick her out of the car?
Yeah, dude, kicking someone out of the car is it's a disrespect move.
Yeah.
So here's the rest. So I kick her out of the car, and my original babe starts giving me top. I'm about halfway through, and she says she has to go and sends the big girl in to finish me off. I was bamboozled, and I thought it was rude if I said no, so I just let her finish me off. One good thing that came out of this is that I was tag teamed by 2 chicks, and I learned that fat girls really do give good head. It's not just a myth. What do I do? Do I keep this a secret, or do I tell the boys in hopes that they get stoked for me? I'm kind of in shame for...
Yeah, dude, this
I feel bad for the girl.
I feel bad for the girls. I feel like this
Yeah.
dude maybe made. I hope that this guy made this story up trying to be chill.
It's
And
sad.
it's not even chill. Yeah, it's just more.
It's a sad story.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on in here that does not seem like it's good for people's self-esteem. Like, I just think about the girl being kicked out of the car and then feeling like, all right, well, he'll like me if I blow him. It's just like, she's better than that. All people are better than that. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be kicked out of situations because they don't offer sexual gratification, and they shouldn't be let back in because they're willing to do things to satisfy other people. It's just a...
Yeah. It kind of sounds like a dude who, like, you know, you'd hate to be have to work for, dude. Just like a very egotistical, power hungry dude. Like, you know, try to find something that you know, will enrich you spiritually rather than you know, seeking these pleasures of the flesh and trying to dominate the other people, dude. I think you know, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to date my fat daughter.
Never, dude.
Dude, should we do our movie quote of the week?
Let's do it, dude.
For sure.
All right, I'll go first. My movie quote of the week is from the movie Independence Day.
Oh,
Will Smith and Vivica A. Fox are together in it, and they're out on the front yard, and he's kind of messing with her. And she looks at him and she goes, you know, you're not as charming as you think you are. But then he looks at her with dead serious eyes and he goes, yes, I am. To me, that's where all the money is made at the table. It's when someone forces you to double down on what they think is a weak hand and you say, no, actually, I got pocket aces. And that's what Will did in that moment. Because I think a lot of times, like, if a girl's like, oh, you think you're being charming? Oh, you think you're being funny? Your instinct is to get embarrassed and be like, oh, yeah, I do think I'm funny and I do think I'm cool and maybe I'm not. But Will Smith in that moment was just like, yeah, I am cool. You make it true.
Mm-hmm.
You make it true by believing in it.
That's good stuff. That's strong stuff.
My quote is from Old School, classic movie.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell, Luke Wilson, Vince Vaughn. There's a part where Will Ferrell emerges with his sex doll, and Luke Wilson's love interest goes, hey, Frank, it's a nice doll you got there. And he goes, oh, yeah, thanks. She's okay. And I think that's the ultimate display of humility, you know? You don't want to flex too hard on other people, even if you got solid gold. Be you, exist, and the flex will come forward.
100%. My movie quote is from Con Air. It's a sequence of quotes. It's Casey Poe saying, my daddy comes home on July 14th. I can't wait for July 14th. And then Cameron Poe says, we'll break out the fine china because this cowboy is coming home for good. And I just think, like, it's kind of, July's right around the corner, and just how Cameron Poe's a family man. And also one of my dankest quotes is when Cameron Poe says to, why am I blanking on Malkovich's
Sigh.
Yeah, Cyrus the Virus. When he's like, it's your barbecue, Cyrus, and it smells good.
Guys, I think we landed this thing safely.
That was fun.
That was tremendous.
Strider, you're a beast.
Always good to hang.
Dude, you guys are beasts, dude. Appreciate it. So stoked to be in here, hanging with my dogs. Just wish we could be, crushing some brewskis together, but I got work and, gotta go do that. You guys are busy, dude, probably gearing up for your next meeting.
Yeah, I gotta finish this motivator.
Yeah, and Strider, actually, maybe we'll both step out for a second, and would you like to do another soliloquy to the fans about life?
For sure, dude.
Where it's just you, and then just signal to us, and we'll do our sign-off.
Absolutely, dude. As my bros step out of the room right now, kind of got a one-on-one with the audience here. So, dude, being me, dude, I'm just a regular dude. Got a GF, dude. Just know you're all worth being loved, dude, and we accept the love we deserve, and sometimes we feel like we don't deserve that much, but you do, dude. And honestly, we got negative on a lot of those questions today because, I don't know, maybe you dudes were trying to be silly, trying to be humorous. I'm hoping that's it, dude. I want to come from this from a positive angle, but dude, be conscious of others' feelings in all that you do. Like when my GF puts me in my corner in the apartment with my desk, she's conscious that I need my man zone, dude, and we're doing it, dude. We're crushing life together, and although the rest of the apartment is her zone, that makes me happy to see that she's being happy, dude. So try to bring positive, solid energy to others' situations in life, and trust me, dude, it's going to come back to you tenfold, dude, because it's going to make you feel right. It's going to make you feel tight. It's going to make you feel dank all fucking night, dude. Although tonight, I'll be crushing the night shift pretty late, so I won't feel that dank. But, dude, staying positive, staying enthusiastic. Hope you dudes do it too. And for sure, I'm about to go crush a cold brew. Getting ready for tonight. All right, dudes. Looks like Chad and JT are coming back in. My dogs.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, dudes, that will be it for episode 23. 23 of the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. Dudes, thank you guys so much for writing in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for just being the best stokers out there. Stay stoked, guys. Check out our Patreon for bonus content, patreon.com/ChadGoesDeep. Want to give a huge thank you to Strider for stopping in. Thank you, dude.
Stoked. Thank you,
Thank you,
dudes.
Strider. Boom clap.
Yeah. Jablow, stokers. Keep writing in. Later.
What's with you?